Welcome dear students, 8th class math NCERT book chapter number 1 rational numbers exercise number 1.1. Next three questions 4, 5 and 6 we are going to do in this video. So watch and listen to the video very carefully, note down the solutions, but make sure that you practice doing these questions on your own. So let's get started. So question number 4, it has got 6 parts. Find the multiplicative inverse of the following. So we'll do one by one, but just memorize this definition of multiplicative inverse and how do we obtain it. We also call multiplicative inverse as reciprocal. So we know that multiplicative inverse or reciprocal of a number is obtained by dividing 1 by the given number. Read this very carefully. We divide 1 by the given number and the result is the multiplicative inverse of that number. So the multiplicative inverse of minus 13 will be 1 divided by minus 13 is equal to, this is the standard form, and where we write the minus sign over here, not with the numerator or the denominator. So we write in front of the fraction. So minus 1 by 13 is the multiplicative inverse of minus 13. Now I will not repeat this procedure, but I have written it for your to emphasize its importance and to make sure that you memorize it. So multiplicative inverse of minus 13 upon 19 will be 1 upon minus 13 upon 19, and 19 goes up, 13 remains down, so minus comes here, so minus 19 upon 13. Now 1 upon 5. So 1 upon 5 multiplicative inverse will be 1 upon 5. 5 goes up, 1 remains down, 5 upon 1 is equal to 5. So 5 is the multiplicative inverse of 1 upon 5. Then we have to find the multiplicative inverse of this two fractions which are being multiplied. So what we have to do is, first we have to find the product. So minus 5 upon 8 into minus 3 upon 7. So minus into minus is plus, 5 3 the 15, 8 7 the 56. So the product of these two fractions is 15 upon 56. Well, the product of these two rational numbers, not fractions, because fractions are not negative. So 15 upon 56 will be, multiplicative inverse will be 1 upon 15 upon 56. 56 goes up, 15 remains down, so 56 upon 15 is the multiplicative inverse of 15 upon 56. By now you must have noticed something, that we can obtain the multiplicative inverse orally as well. What we do is, we simply interchange the positions of the numbers. That means the number which is at the numerator goes at the denominator, and number which is at the denominator goes at the numerator. So 15 comes down and 56 comes up. That's all. So in finding the multiplicative inverse, we merely change the positions of the numbers at denominator and numerator. Okay. Now we have minus 1 into minus 2 upon 5. So again we simplify it. Minus 1 into minus 2 is minus minus becomes, they become plus, and 1 into 2 is 2, so 2 upon 5. So 2 upon 5 is equal to 1 upon 2 upon 5, which becomes 5 upon 2. Here you see again 2 has come down, 5 has come up. So 2 upon 5, you just interchange the positions, that becomes your multiplicative inverse or reciprocal. So multiplicative inverse of 2 upon 5 is 5 upon 2. Now comes minus 1. So minus 1, you simply follow the procedure which I have explained to you. You divide 1 by the given number. So minus 1, we have to find out the multiplicative inverse of this number. So 1 upon minus 1. So 1 upon 1 is 1, and minus sign remains, so it becomes minus 1. So have you noticed one thing, that the reciprocal or the multiplicative inverse of minus 1 is minus 1. Similar is the case with 1. Multiplicative inverse of 1 will be 1 upon 1 is equal to 1. So these are two numbers, 1 and minus 1, whose reciprocals or whose multiplicative inverses are the same. These two numbers are unique numbers in this respect, that their multiplicative inverse is the same as their numbers. So multiplicative inverse of 1 is equal to 1 and multiplicative inverse of minus 1 is equal to minus 1. Just remember this. These type of questions come in multiple choice type questions, fill in the blanks questions, or true and false statements type questions. Now we do question number 5. So can I name the property under multiplication used in each of the following? We must know the names of the properties like commutativity, distributivity, associativity. Then we have additive inverse, multiplicative inverse, additive identity, multiplicative identity. So all these properties are very well explained in your chapter. So here the three parts are there. So let's see. You see what is being done here. Minus 4 upon 5 into 1 is equal to 1 into minus 4 upon 5 is equal to minus 4 upon 5. So the property is multiplicative identity. Under this multiplication, 1 is used as multiplicative identity. It means if you multiply any number by number 1, its value remains unchanged. Its identity is not affected. That means multiplication of any number by 1 does not change the identity of the number. Its value remains the same. So minus 4 upon 5 when multiplied by 1 remains minus 4 upon 5. Or when 1 is multiplied by minus 4 upon 5, it remains minus 4 upon 5. So we write this multiplicative identity like this. A into 1 is equal to 1 into A is equal to A. A here is minus 4 upon 5. Okay, next. Next is minus 13 upon 17 into minus 2 upon 7 is equal to minus 2 upon 7 into minus 13 upon 17. Under this multiplication, commutativity is used. It means for rational numbers, the multiplication is commutativity. Multiplication is commutative. That means A into B is equal to B into A. We multiply 3 into 2, we get 6, or we multiply 2 into 3, we get 6. It does not matter. It means the order of writing the numbers in multiplication does not affect the result. So you may write 5 into 3, you get 15, or you may write 3 into 5, you still get 15. So we write this in a general term, A into B is equal to B into A. This property is known as commutativity, or we say the multiplication of rational numbers is commutative. Now part 3, minus 19 upon 29 into 29 upon minus 19. I think it should remind you of question number 3, I think, or 4, which we just did in finding the multiplicative inverses. You see, minus 19 is here at the numerator. Here minus 19 is at the denominator. 29 here is denominator and 29 here is numerator. So their positions are being interchanged. So it means both these numbers are nothing but the multiplicative inverses of each other, and the product of a number and its multiplicative inverse is always 1. So under this multiplication, multiplicative inverse is used. The product of a number and its multiplicative inverse is always 1. That is, A upon B into B upon A is equal to 1. Last question, question number 6. Multiply 6 upon 13 by the reciprocal of minus 7 by 16. So read this carefully. We have to multiply 6 by 13, not by this number, but by the reciprocal or the multiplicative inverse of this number. So first we will find the multiplicative inverse of this number and then multiply it by 6 by 13. So the reciprocal of minus 7 upon 16 is equal to 1 upon minus 7 upon 16. 16 goes up, it becomes 16 by minus 7, or we merely interchange their positions. So the product of 6 upon 13 and the reciprocal of minus 7 upon 16 is equal to 6 upon 13 into, this is reciprocal, 16 upon minus 7. So 16 into 6 is 96, 13 into 7 is 91, and minus sign is retained. This minus sign comes in front of the reciprocal number, the rational number, so it becomes minus 96 upon 91. This is the result of 6 by 13 into the reciprocal of minus 7 upon 16. So these were exercise number 1.1, questions 4, 5 and 6. So dear students, keep studying in a disciplined manner regularly, and goodbye till the next video. Thank you very much.